But incorporating faith in our daily lives. Incorporating faith in our daily lives. Okay, so we all know that faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen, biblically saying. I personally believe faith to be an act of having hope or positive feeling towards something you're expecting or something you're trying to achieve. So I'm trying to achieve this thing, but I believe beyond doubt that come what may, no matter the limitations and obstacles, it is going to work. And I put in my every best. I also says faith without work is dead. You understand? So the ability to believe in the progress and the positivity towards something is faith. Okay, so I'm going to share little tips from my day-to-day life of how I incorporate faith. Now, first of all, I'm going to start with saying that if you don't have trust in God, like if you don't trust God, it is really, really, really going to affect your ability to have faith. Because faith is first a proof of trusting in God. Before you can trust in someone, you have to believe in them and then you have faith in them. So if you don't trust God, you cannot have faith in Him. So if you look at your life, the things you're scared about, whether it comes to marriage, finances, a different kind of things, it just shows that you do not trust God in those aspects of your life. You might trust God, be a praying person, be a believer, but you've observed in marriage that your parents believe God, they prayed, but they had bumps in their marriage. You've seen your aunt, your uncle, probably even your pastors, that they pray, they are believers, they heal the sick, they do wonders, but they could not sustain their marriage. So it makes you feel, I trust God, I know He's a father, I know He provides, I know He keeps me, but I don't think God can give me the perfect man and then make me the perfect woman and then give me the healthy, perfect marriage and then make me have a comfortable, stable, healthy home with my children. That is too much package for God to give. Do you understand? And God can give you money if you work hard, give you one car, give you an affordable house. But why would God want to make you Elon Musk and give you, I don't know how to explain this, but give you like tons of houses, tons of cars, and you understand that is extravagant for God to do. And this is you using your mind to limit God. And God cannot do more than you want Him to do for you. Because He's God and He's also in the confines of your belief, of your heart. Yeah, as a man to get in his heart, so He is. So God will do for you as much as you can expect Him to do for you. The Bible says a petition of the righteous cannot be cut short. So if you think less of God, you get less of Him. But if you think more of God, you get more of Him. Okay, so of recent, I've been learning more on relationships, right? And I've observed something. You be with someone and you tell them, let's see how it goes. Let's see where this heads to. You don't wait and ask God to trust you with who your partner is and then journey with that person in all the bumps and the thick and the thin. You get to learn and over time achieve at the desired person. Now over time I've learned in life that perfection is a place you arrive to. It's a process you go through. And the process to perfection is imperfection. So you achieve perfection after so many attempts of imperfection. Okay, you cannot have faith in the bigger things if you've not had faith in the smaller things. You cannot have faith in bigger achievements, bigger goals, bigger expectations if you've not practiced faith in the smaller things, the smaller goals, the miniature expectations and the likes of it. So I'm a very careful person. I'll share this story. I'm a very, very careful person. I'm really, really careful. At least the best I can. I'm quite coordinated. I lost my charger cord. It sounds really funny and very silly. I lost my charger cord. How? I had a 14 Pro. Came with the carton and it had the whole charger inside. Well, due to some reasons I had to swap. But I kept that Folocom charger. Do you understand? So knowing fully well that I don't have really any plans on buying charger anytime soon, at least until this one spoils and literally spoils, and then I know okay, I have to buy a new one. Because I believe you buy things hoping to buy more things, and before you come back to buying that particular thing, you must have progressed to an extent in life and you're buying an upgraded version, right? So I came back home because I know I carry my charger, I would carry my earpiece or my AirPods, sometimes my laptop, depending on how the hospital is going to be for that particular day. So I came home not seeing my charger. I sat down, began to retrace my steps, because it was already night. They brought the light at 4 a.m. I searched my bag, searched for my power bank, my torch, but didn't see for my phone. Saw the head, didn't see the cord. I sat down, I began to think. It was funny, but then I prayed. I said, Lord, I'm at the point in my life right now where I don't really have money to spend on extravagant things. I mean, that time came and passed, and I didn't even use the best of it because I wasn't really the saving culture person. I just finished university and got jobs, and I was living comfortable. I had a comfortable house, fridge, and all those things. You understand? It's that so I'm at this phase where I'm learning to put everything together. Where I'm trying to, okay, now I don't have much. I still have to save from the little I have. Yeah, because I have to learn this skill of savings and several other things I'm working on. So buying a charger now of like 15 to 20,000, which is the original iPhone charger, is not something I can just spare. And even if I decide to, I have to go several days without charging my phone or having to borrow a charger. Hey, so I sat up in the morning. I literally began to cry. I cried, and then I prayed and told the Lord that please, I'm not a careless person. You won't say I'm a careless person, so I deserve losing my charger because I'm not careful or not coordinated. I always carry everything. I carry this into school every single day, to the hospital every single day. Why did they lose today? I sat down and I literally prayed. I told the Lord, please, I don't know how, but I hope I sit in the hospital when I get to the hospital. I just hope someone took it home and the person will realize. So I went to the group where the foreign graduates are. I said, please, if you see any iPhone cord, it's quite old, Type-C to iPhone, please, in the name of God, return it to me because I'm literally crying. I went to the person whose extension I usually use, but in case you were packing your extension and mistakenly saw my cord, please bring it back to the hospital tomorrow. I said this and I just went back to sleep. My phone was literally dead. I came to class the next morning quite sad because what do I do now? I just paid 25,000 to have to start buying an iPhone charger. And I was like, nah, this cannot just miss like that. It cannot just lost like that. It might be too small or seem small, but it's really bothering me. And I can exercise faith. Yes, I told myself I'm not going to buy any charger, and I'm going to find this one I've been using for a very, very long time. And it has been satisfying me. I did that for a year and it's been working well for me. So why do I need to get a new one when I'm not being careless? And the girl whose extension I was actually using, she came to class the next day and said, take your charger. I know, say you don't cry, finish. And I was like, where did you find it? And then she said, on our way home yesterday, she noticed the charger fell. Funny enough, I went to the lab complex yesterday, the old lab in the old site. We know Nnamdi Azikiwe Hospital very, very well. And probably on the way, I stuffed my bag and it fell off or something. But she said she noticed the charger and she didn't think anything of it. She just went home. So when I sent her the voice notes early this morning, she was coming back to school and just told herself, Lord, please let me find this charger and I hope it's hers. So she just picked it up, came to class, and it was automatically mine. It was my charger. And it might seem really silly, really funny, it might sound like a broke story, whatever it is, it was an act of faith. And it will transcend to the fact that when I begin to think of the bigger things, I'm going to remind myself that God has done this before. So whatever I think is bigger, God is higher than it. There was one time I was broke. I was dead broke. Like I was literally very, very broke. I didn't have finances. I was just broke. I had savings that I could not touch because my savings are locked down. I can't touch them for about at least a period of years. It's a monthly savings scheme, and I even needed more money to maintain my savings for the new month. Okay, I had another savings scheme that I can't attend until at least a particular period towards the end of the year. So these things are not options of money I can use now, and I needed money to eat, sustain myself, and service my savings. And I sat down on a Sunday. I was almost getting depressed, and I was like, I can't always get depressed or get sad or let my emotions control my actions and reactions and realities anytime I am broke. Okay, exactly. And I'm not squandering money. I'm just really saving and having very low incomes. So I prayed. I said, Lord, please, before Friday, if you don't answer me, okay, I prayed. And Monday there was nothing, Tuesday there was nothing, Wednesday there was nothing, Thursday there was nothing. I was now saving the 2,000 naira I was going to use and travel back to my family house. I was going to at least seafood to eat because I had a week to 2 weeks leave, probably a week and actually leave. So I just kept saving that transport. So at least let me get home and be eating food and be wrapping my head around things. So I left on Thursday and I told God Friday. Thursday I arrived at my family house, but I was still not okay because I'm supposed to service my savings on Saturday. Hey God, if it skips, you're going to pay a fine. Do you understand? And what's the point of paying the fine when you can just pay the money? So I was really sad, really depressed. I was just unease. I was not full of life as I should be. So I sat down really sad and I prayed. I just stood up with this anger in my spirit. I was like, Lord, you cannot fail me. The Bible says, I've never seen the righteous forsaken or his seed beg for bread. You cannot fail me. You should not fail me. And money is small because you said you will supply all my needs according to your riches in glory in Christ Jesus. So I'm not asking for excesses. I'm asking for my needs to eat, to feed, to conserve. And on Friday night, you see this whole God of the 11th hour thing. On Friday night, at exactly 20 something p.m., that is 23 p.m., I slept off actually. I woke up the next morning seeing the exact time the alert came in, and it was a very huge sum for me at the time. And the person just said, your birthday passed and I didn't do anything. So I was like, what should I do? And then sometimes you did mention that you had some needs you needed to fix. So I just incorporated everything together and sent you this amount of money, hoping that it goes a long way because you're a great person and you're someone I really look up to and admire. And on board, the rest was just story. I was just I was really, really amazed on how quick. Because I said to you Friday, if I said to Wednesday, who knows? God answered me based on my expectations. Don't know if you understand me. And yes, you could have done it on Monday, on Tuesday, but really, I had these doubts. And my faith was strong, saying, last, we'll pass Friday. So, past Friday. It really didn't pass Friday. You understand? So if I had believed God for something earlier, probably I'd have gotten it earlier. Okay, so we need to have faith in every single step. Now let's talk about exam malpractice. I strongly believe that the major reason for exam malpractice is because we do not have faith in God in ourselves. You don't think you can read and write this exam by yourself. So you feel, I will read, but then I would plan B, chariots and horses. You would always think of other ways to pass your exams. Don't know if you understand, which I strongly don't support. Yes, I believe if you can have faith in God, there are certain things you will stop doing and certain things you will start doing. You will stop begging for money. If you have faith in God, you will stop begging for money. Trust me, you will stop begging for money. You would receive more money gifts, even more than you deserve, by favor than you going to beg and belittle yourself. Because we've not come to the understanding that we are God's representation on earth, like we are God. So he said he will lead me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. So I'm not walking this path alone. I'm walking this path in the name of God. And he who knows that his name is at stake in my life would sustain me. So I cannot claim to be a son of God, but still be going outside the kingdom, outside my father, outside the palace to go and find sustenance. I hope this makes sense. So you will stop begging. If you really have faith in God, you will stop begging. Yes, you will stop begging. If you have faith in God, like I said, you will stop exam malpractice. You will completely stop exam malpractice. If you have faith in God, you will stop sulking, feeling sad, feeling depressed, always angry, always confused, always worried. Because he said, he that keepeth you neither sleeps nor slumber. So I should be sleeping because he's already awake. Why am I co-checking with him? Why am I co-watching with him? He's already in control. Yeah, so you stop worrying. If you have faith in God, you really, 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 really stop worrying. And you begin to do the best in everything you're doing. You would give your best. You would do your best at all times in everything you're doing at every point in time. At every point in time, trust me, you would always really, 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 really do your best. Your inability to do your best, your inability to trust God, because you're having a plan B. If you know you have only plan A, you're going to do plan A so perfectly well that it must work. Yes, but if you don't have faith in plan A, you start to do plan B with one-sided eye, one leg in, one leg out, trying to also schedule a plan B, a plan C, a plan D, and the likes of it. I am in IYM, a platform my sisters made me join, and they said the woman taught something at one particular time. She said, learn to trust God and say, if I perish, I perish, just like Esther did. I mean, this is not just a female thing. If I perish, if God will not save me, let me die. Even to philosopher sang, Lord, if you choose not to save, you are worth dying for. So if I perish, I perish. Whatever will be, let it be. If God will not save me, if God will not rescue me, then so be it. We need to have that radical faith. It's going to even strengthen God to say, yes, my child is learning, because you cannot have God sustain you up until this point in your life and you are still scared of trusting God for the next step in your life. I mean, who brought you up until now? Do you think he brought you this far just to keep you this far? Yeah, so I strongly believe that we should have faith in the small things, as ridiculous as it can be. As ridiculous as, Lord, I want to have dinner. Lord, I'm craving shawarma. Yes, Lord, I want a new dress for this unction I'm trying to go to. Lord, my shoes are wearing out. I need new shoes. It might sound ridiculous, and yes, why they tell you work hard, save money, plan, do this. There's also a room for having faith. Having faith and knowing that your God is a king, and you cannot keep trusting him with the mindset of a pauper, mindset of an ordinary person. You must know he's a king, and I'm his heir. So as an heir, there are things that should not be lacking in my life. And the thin line between me and my needs is faith and trust in the one that will provide those needs. I hope this helped someone out there to have faith in God and to trust him. Well, bye.